Hi, everyone. So it's predicted that in 2020, which is only 6 months away, millennials will make up 50% of the global workforce. It's predicted that by 2025, which is just over 5 years away, 75% of the workforce will be millennials. So why is this important? It's important because we all understand here in this room that great companies are made up of great individuals. And if the workforce is changing and evolving, and we need to evolve as businesses, we need to understand how we can motivate these young professionals. So almost all the time, whenever I'm having conversation with my peers, with business leaders, with actually people in this room, one of the main topics of conversation is how challenging it is to find great talent. Yet, every year, we have approximately 750,000 graduates who enter the workforce. But we're still stuck in our old ways. We think to ourselves, millennials, they're entitled, they're lazy. And we need to change. We need to evolve the way we motivate these individuals, and we need to create businesses where we're cultivating a culture which is really motivating these individuals. Cognism, the company that I'm representing, has an interesting workforce. 95% of our workforce are millennials and Generation Z. We would be at 100% if it wasn't for our CEO, so thanks, James. So we have 95%. We actually have a 98% employee retention rate, which is phenomenal, if I don't say so myself. And then we also have 5-star reviews on Glassdoor, and we have over 40 reviews. So that's the reflection of the kind of environment that we've cultivated to help motivate young professionals. So today, I want to talk about 3 focus areas, 3 areas that we really focus on that has really helped us create an environment where young professionals strive. So we're going to talk about culture, we're going to talk about growth, and we're going to talk about freedom for creativity. So these are 3 areas that we focus on. The first, culture is maybe a bit of a fluffy word, but I want to take a step back and think about the younger generation that we're talking about in here, right? Millennials and Generation Z. So the education system that has been in place with the new generation is all about collaboration and teamwork. So they actually were recognized and rewarded on teamwork. I know when I was at university, I was actually marked on teamwork, and I was graded on that. And so we have individuals that are at university. It's a very inclusive, it's a teamwork environment, and they are celebrated for their teamwork. And yet, when they're brought into the new workforce, they're told to sit on their own and to get tasks done. So it's really important to create a culture of inclusivity. So I want to give you an example of what we've done at Cognism, and it's the reason why I have this piece of paper, because I couldn't remember this quote. I went to an event last year where I heard Clive Woodward speak about teamship rules. So he, if those who don't know, don't follow rugby, he led the rugby team to victory in 2003. So teamship rules, he basically said instead of dictating exactly how the rugby team should be interacting and engaging with each other and what their rules of engagement should be, he thought it would be a good idea to basically get them involved and get them to create the rules. So there's a great quote, which is, "Tell me, I'll forget. Show me, and I'll remember. Involve me, and I will deliver." So for me, as soon as I understood what teamship rules were, I came back into the office, and I was super excited, and we got everyone in the room. So teamship rules are basically ways that so you understand exactly what the function is of that role and what that department should be doing. I mean, this is broken down into timekeeping, focus and productivity, how you want everyone to basically be performing at work. And so he did that with the rugby team, how you interact, how you communicate with each other, what time you should be actually showing up on training. And so I broke this down, every single sort of function, every sort of engagement that we'd have. And I sat everyone in a room, and I said, okay, I'm going now, and you're going to sit here for as long as it needs, and you're going to be creating the rules of engagement. So when you get into work and your contract says 9 a.m., is getting to work at 9 a.m. good enough? Is that the way that you want to work? And is that the way that you want your co-workers to work? And so we broke down every single function, and now we have a rule, a teamship book, and it's been signed. So every time someone new joins the team, they are shown the teamship rules. They ask if they want to work in this way, providing that obviously we make them an offer, and then they sign the rule book. And we review this every 3 months. And it's really helped us involve everybody in making those rules rather than just telling them. If they're involved, they really feel like they own it. And what we found is they are, we do penalize if somebody basically breaks those teamship rules, but they're fun punishments, like buying everybody in the sales team a coffee. And there's 30 of us, so it's really expensive, so people would rather not. So that is all about creating a culture of inclusivity and celebrating also. The second is about growth. So I was trying to find some research early on around like progress, because I feel like as humans, we just always constantly want to progress, and we also really want to grow. And this is exactly the same with the younger professionals. But the difference is they really want to see where they're going, and they really want to understand exactly what they need to do to get there. So we have very clear progression plans for every single individual. But it's just creating a progression plan isn't what's really going to help you deliver and encourage and motivate them. You really need to understand their drivers, their true drivers, and how they're being motivated. So being a manager just isn't good enough. Just asking them what they want in 6 months, a year's time isn't good enough. You really need to understand what the true drivers are, and you need to become a mentor. You need to really connect with them personally and professionally to drive them to getting your end result. So for us, I find it really important to have a personal relationship with the team and align that with the business objective, because as sales leaders, that's our role, to understand those individuals, those young professionals, and then ensure that they are aligned with the business goals, and then we're both winning. And the third is, I know I'm running out of time, so one more minute. So the third is freedom for creativity. So we're hiring really exceptional talent. We find talent, they're usually overachievers, great universities, or sometimes we find them in Havard wearing a red dress, John out there, doing our offsite. So we were hiring really exceptional people, but yet we're telling them, here you go, this is your desk, these are your KPIs, and then we're just letting them crack on with it. But yet they're so smart, and we're basically squashing their creativity or their intelligence because they're not using it, because they don't feel like they have room to use it. And so I have some very strong individuals in my team that when we first started, they were very, very adamant that they wanted to try different ways of sourcing leads. And so we've created a framework where there is 20% flexibility and freedom to get creative to achieving that output. So 80% of their role is the input that is getting that output, and then 20% they have flexibility and freedom to get creative. And that creativity has led to some amazing initiatives at the company that has helped us with our growth. So just to recap, culture of inclusivity, get them involved, get them brought in, they will deliver. Progress, understand them personally and professionally, and then give them a bit of freedom, get the juices flowing. So yeah, thank you.